Fire escape engineers inspect the summary video. Here we are in Lawrenceville. We have a fire escape here that is balcony, stairs, balcony to a drop-down ladder. We're here to find out if this fire escape can pass the initial confidence test, which is called a pre-load test examination, in order to proceed to a load test, which is the physical putting of weights on the fire escape. 100 pounds per square foot. But right now this fire escape is not ready for that. Did not pass the confidence test. Several issues that need to be resolved, and then after those issues are resolved, we can then proceed to a load test on this fire escape. To avoid the load test, we can refurbish the fire escape at this time, and by showing enough evidence of strength, there is no load test. So this is one of those fire escapes that could be a combination of the two, but I prefer, and I think based on what I have here, that it's going to be easier and faster, and for the long term it's going to be better if this fire escape gets done for a refurb. So let's talk about it. All welded fire escape, no bolts that I can see on any of the major connections. So this is literally built here with a welding machine. So they brought a few of the components, and then the rest was just, you sort of built it on site. And with welded fire escapes, this is only a few in the country, there's some problems, and I'll be able to show you the problems. First of all, let's confirm that there is through bolts on all the platforms, including that one down there. I'll talk about that one a little bit more, because some of the through bolts are exposed, water's getting back into the building. We got to stop that from happening. Whenever you have through bolts, try to seal them up. So when this gets done, I want all this sealed. I don't want water getting in here. It rots out where it ties back into the building, so that needs to be sealed. Then from the inside, you need to verify with a small hole that the plate is in good order on all these three. That is during the load test or certification process. Right now you got tiebacks into the building, so a lot of times these you need to confirm that these are in good order. Otherwise, take this out and upsize. If this is a 3/8, got to go to a 1/2 inch. Or sometimes if you want, you can just drill another hole next to it, put another 3/8 in there, we're good to go. Wherever there's welded connections, you pop in a bolt or you test, x-ray or load test. But as soon as I pop in a bolt here, we're going to be good. Over here, it's welded. Put in a cross member here, put a bolt, we don't worry about the weld. Otherwise, load test or x-ray the welds. Same thing down here. Load test or x-ray these welds, or as soon as you pop in bolts, we're good. Same thing down below on the foot. This frame, same thing, these frames overlap. Load test or x-ray each weld, pop a bolt, you eliminate either one. The flat's going this way, there's no need, but the flat's going this way, I need a bolt there and a bolt there, or you can x-ray and load test. But as soon as you put a bolt there, not these flats need bolts, but these flats going across need a bolt there and a bolt there. All your railings, anything that's a welded connection that needs to be x-rayed or load tested, you pop a bolt in it, there's no need. Otherwise, you can test every connection, verify it, and get ready for an x-ray or a load test, whichever is cheaper. See, this is what happens. Right now, you can see from behind there, you can see the water gets down here, onto the bolt, into the thing. So this bolt is suspect. So now, it's weeping water. Now you have to upsize. That looks like quarter. You have to go to 3/8. New lag screw, and then you got to silicone shut this so that water doesn't get back in there. And any welded connection, you x-ray, load test it, or pop a bolt, stick a bolt. Everything that you pop a bolt in basically eliminates the need for x-ray or a load test. Every single one of these treads is compromised. The clips that were below, they've all fallen to the ground there. See? So I'm going to come down gingerly on this. But every single one of these treads has an issue. Okay? X-ray load test, or pop a bolt. There's no need for load test or x-ray. Same thing for the other side. These brackets that are welded, you pop a bolt over there, no need for an x-ray. Pop a bolt over here, no need for an x-ray or a load test. There's a bolt over here that can go inside here on all 4 brackets. No need for a load test or an x-ray. Okay, and as you can see on some of these, the clips is gone. Clip is gone on that one. It fell already to the ground. Clip is gone on that one. Fell to the ground. Clipper's gone on that one, fell to the ground. Look, clipper's ready to fall on this one. See? Ready to fall to the ground. Clipper's falling. Clip fell. So every single one of these treads, you got to get all the rust out. You got to put new clips underneath, bolted, no welding. All fire escapes older than 1978, you can no longer weld on them. They have lead in the paint. Bolting is your only option. The cable broke. The cable on this side got to get replaced. This one's got to get replaced. For the new pulleys, make sure you grease those pulleys. Make sure you properly gripped with the U-clamps. At least 2, if not 3, but at least 2 U-clamps on all connections. Notice how I can see water getting in there, getting onto the 3/4 rod and back into your building. We got to put a sleeve over that. Could be a pipe sleeve, could be 2 parts, you know what I'm saying? So you can use a rubber sleeve over that, you can use a PVC sleeve, but you can't get water, and you need to seal that up so that water's not getting back into your building and compromising. There's 2 from the inside. You need to use one of those little snakes to verify into the wall, or open up the wall to see it, but it's easier to make a 1-inch hole on the inside, stick in one of those snakes that with a video camera and verify that the plate on the inside is good. Look at all the rust that's built up into this welded connection that is holding up the ladder. So got to get that verified. Same thing applies that I talked about upstairs. All these welded connections, you pop a bolt or you x-ray and load test it. Where the plate rests, you got to bolt it, or otherwise you're forced into an x-ray and a load test. Same thing here. See, it's pulling away from the building, and the fact that it's pulling away is an indication that there's been a little bit of give on these. So we have to just make sure that there's nothing going on the inside and that everything is good. But again, new bolt, then seal everything up. Can't have anything where water can get back in. Fire escape needs a full paint job. Whoever's going to touch this for the paint job, it's older than 1978. EPA renovator's license is required to touch this in order to scrape and paint this. So it does need a paint job. So it must be structurally sound, must be kept painted. That's the requirement on all fire escapes. And then you get here to the ladder, and the ladder must be balanced and go all the way to the ground. Another thing that's missing here on the ladder that you can easily put a hole over here with an 18-foot chain hanging. When you have this thing in the up position, you basically loop one of the rungs and then you hook back up here, because this chain is going to have a pin, and you hook it right back onto with about 6 inches of chain left over. That makes it single action, requiring no special knowledge. That creates a locking mechanism for the ladder. That whoever's up here has got to go either back down through a ladder or has got to go through one of these windows. But basically now nobody can break into this building because you have a chain on it that only somebody from above can lift the chain and this thing will drop. She's supposed to drop 2 to 3 feet per second by herself, or she can be assisted, as long as in assisting her going down she doesn't come back up. Alright, so that's what you have here. The fire escape does not pass inspection. We cannot proceed to a load test. If you refurbish enough of this fire escape, there is no load test. So this will all be discussed with the client at length as to what's the best thing to do with this fire escape. Any questions? Fire escape engineers, inspect the summary video. 866-649-0333. 866-649-0333.